So 2022's come to an end, and I think for this week's Backlog vlog, I'll go over some highlights of some of the games I played this year. It works out this way, since I don't really have anything of substance to say about the two games I'm currently plugging away at. I'm still strategizing in Triangle, and still blasting robots in Machina, so instead, 2022 in review is a better angle for the video. For the last couple of years, I've been keeping a pinned tweet thread that comprises all the games I beat within a year, so with a short review and a score out of 10 at the end. So that will comprise the scope for this video. So when I say what my game of the year is, I'm talking about my favorite game that I played this year and not necessarily from this year. So try not to freak out. Choosing this one was actually kind of difficult because outside of the games that I speedrun, I didn't really replay a lot of things. The game I did choose for this though was Castlevania: The Dracula X Chronicles on PSP. I replayed it as part of my 31 game horror challenge during October, and it really is just an incredible version of Rondo of Blood. I only did one blast through from start to finish for the event, but if you play it for yourself, it's bursting with content and has a bunch of alternate paths and endings to get. On top of that, you can unlock the original PC Engine version of the game if the retro style is more to your liking, you know, instead of the 3D redone remastered graphics. And then on top of that, you can unlock Symphony of the Night in its entirety. So just an incredible game for the PSP, and if you can get it for original hardware instead of emulation, then having all of that just on the go just feels amazing.
It's free real estate.
Early in the year, I did a little event stream that I dubbed the Free Game Dumpster Dive, which I feel is kind of mean-spirited of a title after I did it, because most of the games I played during it were actually really good. The best game, however, during that was Guardian Sphere, a vertical shmup where your life is your currency. You can buy upgrades for hit points, it's pretty cool. If you're the kind of person who enjoys bullet hell games, then Guardian Sphere might be a little on the easy side, but it's a cool concept and it's a fun game, and I just wanted to draw some attention to it. I'll put some links to the itch page in the description, so go play it, and I'm hoping to explore the other games from the same developer in 2023. Oh boy, did I play some stinky boys this year, like House of the Dead Remake, Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Case Animatronics, and a bunch of other bullshit too. But I think it's safe to say that the most miserable experience I had this year was with the Dread X Collection Part 2. The first one also kind of ticked me off, and when I put this one into the horror challenge, I was hoping that it would be better, but in fact it was significantly worse, and the short amount of time I spent playing it was absolutely miserable. I mean, yes, Case Animatronics was obviously worse and more shoddily put together as a game, and yes, Valkyrie Boken on the NES has aged like milk in the sun, but the impression I get from Dread X is that these developers are smug about making a bunch of low-effort, unscary, and creatively bankrupt bullshit, and for that, they get my scathing stamp of disapproval.
Looking like a double-wide surprise. God damn.
A game I beat this year that I was expecting to be shit but ended up quite enjoying was Countdown Vampires. Maligned on the internet thanks to people like James Rolfe, I was fully expecting Countdown Vampires to be an awful, unplayable mess, and what I actually got was a sort of average survival horror game, but that had me laughing pretty heartily as I was playing it all the way to the end. It's average in quality, it's easy in difficulty, but it's funny as hell, and I'd happily play it again. Also, there's a room in the first area where the fuse box in the corner didn't have its text translated from Japanese, so shoutouts to Barry Jerd, I hope I'm saying that right, I'm probably not, and Naruo Uchida, the latter of which was also producer on Silent Bomber, of all things, which happens to be a PS1 game that I really like, so that's a cool coincidence. But yeah, give Countdown Vampires a try, it's not as bad as they say. It's Yuppie Psycho, and that's all I really want to say about it, because it's one of those games that's best experienced knowing as little as possible about it. The setting's interesting, the mystery's intriguing, the writing's sharp. It's one I've been meaning to go back to since completing it to get the other endings, and hopefully I get to do that next year. It's like £15 on Steam, and with how frequently Steam do sales, if you time it right, you can probably pick it up even cheaper. Just trust me and go play it. I do, however, want to give a special honorable mention to Neon White, because that's a game that's actually from 2022, but I beat that one after my birthday, and I reset my Twitter thread on my birthday, so I'm including it at the end. Maybe it'll even be my game of the year next year, who fucking knows. But it's a fantastic game, it's fun as hell, the story's pretty cool, the mechanics are interesting, and the emphasis on speedrunning means that if you're into that kind of thing, it's pretty replayable as well, which I am, so for me it is. Also, the soundtrack slaps, so if you're not into like action, puzzle, platform shooters, then just go look up the soundtrack, because it's really good. I actually wanted to have this video be a bit more high effort and a bit more extravagant, you know, but I'm cobbling it together at New Year's Eve at like 8 o'clock in the evening, because life likes to get in the way like that. But either way, have a happy new year, and I'll see you in future Backlog vlog videos, I hope. Peace.